In this third Revit massing practice, we're going to go from basic in-place mass shapes to more complex forms. So I'll open up the file showing the instructions, and then File, Save As. I'm going to place the XXX with the first three letters of my last name. Okay, the first thing we'd like to do is take this extrusion that we created in the previous practice and make it more complex. So when I go to the 3D view, I can see it. But to work with this in every view, I have to remember on the Massing Inside tab to flick on that button. So to take this extrusion and make it a little bit different, I would select it and edit in place. Click on any part of it, a face, an edge, anything, select it and go to X-ray mode. And now we can add some profiles to it. When I click Add Profile, just go up and down on an edge. And in this example, I'm going to add 3 profiles. 1, 2, I'll add 1 more, 3. Now that I have those profiles, I could select parts of this. I could select parts of the design. So I just clicked off it and clicked back on. And I could use my axes to move some of the edges in or out. Or I could even take an individual point and move it out. So have a little bit of fun, change it around a bit, so you're happy with the shape that you've got. I'll just try to do something to every single side. Okay, so once I'm done, I hit Finish Mass, and my extrusion has gone to this wibbly wobbly shape. It's kind of a different type of shape. Now we're going to create some levels. So I'm still in a pretty basic template, so I'm going to open up the south elevation. I have just 2 levels in here, so I'll rename them with capital letters. Level 1, and yes, I will rename, and level 2, and yes, I will rename. Now I'd like to array that up my building, so I'll select this and type AR, click the array command. I don't want to group and associate, so I'll uncheck that box. I'd like to have 30 of them, and I'm going to click anywhere, move straight up, type in the distance 3000, enter. And now if I zoom out, I'll go right to the top and rename level 1. I'm going to call that one roof instead. When you use the array command, you don't actually get the plan views, you just get levels. To manually create the plan views, I go to the View tab, Plan Views, Floor Plan. And I want level 10, level 20, and the roof. Oh, and level 30 as well. There we go. I'll press OK. Now I get those views created. When I look at the south elevation, those symbols are blue, the ones that have views associated with them. Now I want to create a loft shape. I'll do that in 3D view. You could do it in plan views, but I've kind of laid out these shapes that I'd like us to use. So to create it, it's like the basic forms. I go to Massing Inside, In Place Mass. I'm going to call this one Tower 1. I want to create model lines on level 1. I'm going to create, let's just use the pick lines option. I'm going to create 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just the 4 lines down there. And now I'm going to switch up to level 10, create these 4 edges, go up to level 20, create these 4 edges, and then finally go up to the roof level. I'll create these 4 edges. So these are rectangles that are just slightly staggered in different shapes. After I've created those 4 rectangles, I use a selection around them to create a loft. Just create form, solid form, and then finish mass. Now I've created those solid form. If I want to cut a void out of that, for example, a sweep at low level, I would have to go back in to edit that shape. So I'd edit in place, and let's say it's a sweep I want to cut out. I draw it exactly as we did before, when we were creating our sweep in the last practice. Oh, sorry. I'm on the wrong work plane, isn't that right? I was up on the roof work plane. Let's create that curve. This time I should be on level 1. There we go. Now I can create that curve. 1, 2, 3. I put a point at one end, and then I set that as my current plane. I could just click this set button here if I'm feeling lazy. Click set, click on that shape. And I'm just going to draw a rectangle from here to there. Now that I have the geometry created, I select it all, and instead of creating a solid, I'm going to create a void form. And the void form will cut itself out of that solid. So I could use a combination of solids and voids to get to the final shape. When I'm done, I hit Finish Mass, and now I have those shapes. What's nice is those shapes, I can look at them, spin around, but I want to step a little closer to a real building. I created all those levels earlier, so I could actually select both of these massing shapes and add mass floors. So I click on mass floors, and I'll just highlight everything. Hold Shift after clicking the first one, click the last one, check their boxes, and press OK. And now I get my mass floors. In the next practice, we're going to look at how we could schedule this information so we can quickly figure out if we're within the zoning requirements or not. So see you in the next practice. Thank you.